I think this region does have quite an emphasis on relationship building.
Moving here wasn't okay, I'm ready, like all the prep you need to do. I just like woke up and did it.
Welcome back to Cyber Sisters. Today we are in Dubai. So we have got a special podcast today. We have teamed up with Women in Tech to give you some information on what it's like to really work in Dubai. We've been asked, so we are bringing the answers. So handing over to Roha.
Yeah, so we're super excited. The amazing guests we have today are from Women in Tech Dubai. And we're here, we're communicating, we're networking with like-minded individuals, and we have all your questions on a paper, and we're going to be introducing to you. We have Maria and we have Jenny. Welcome to our podcast.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you so much for having us. It's great.
Welcome. We want to do some introductions. Let's get to know you both. So who's Maria?
Wow. Maria, who is she? So Maria has been born and raised in Dubai. She lived her whole life here. Dubai has a very special place in her heart. She's a senior software engineer at a company called Expensify that's actually based in the US. And she's also a director at Women in Tech Dubai. I've been deeply involved with the community and deeply committed to the community for like 6 years now.
Wow.
All to sort of create this very safe space for women to just thrive and stay in the tech industry.
Love that. And who is Jenny?
Hi, Jenny, this girl. So Jenny's a senior engineer with a company called VChain. VChain is a layer 1 blockchain building enterprise sustainable solutions in the blockchain space. I've worked in the blockchain industry for the last 4 to 5 years. Prior to that, I was working in the traditional space, fintech, pensions, insurance, banking. I did a bit of consultancy, built solutions for like a lot of businesses, that needed software solutions. So I've kind of like put my hand around different industries, and it's been amazing. So Jennifer now has a startup called BlockPay, which is solving payment issues, payroll, invoice, and benefits for talents, freelancers in Africa and global businesses.
Amazing.
We love that. So straight away, you were born and raised here. You came here a few years ago. So I want to delve deep into that straight away. What is it like to work in Dubai as someone that was born here? And then we'll move on to Jenny to understand what it's like coming here. So tell us.
Great. Okay, so I think a sort of a preface to our answers here is that we both work remotely for companies that are not actually based in the UAE.
Interesting.
Although my past jobs have been sort of based here as well. So I guess I can comment on that a little bit. I think this region does have quite an emphasis on relationship building.
Okay.
It's important to sort of have genuine and authentic connections with people, and that drives your opportunities.
Yeah.
Really. But beyond that, there's a very diverse community here of people in tech, and very ambitious people as well. There's a lot of people starting their own companies, a lot of people running communities, and these kind of things, creating their own paths in tech as well.
Yeah. Excellent.
And there's a very big focus on being future forward.
Yeah.
Dubai generally.
Yeah.
Especially with AI. So keeping on top of those tech trends and staying on top of it, being innovative, creative in this industry. So this is a really sort of highlight of Dubai.
Yeah. Would you say this is a place to be for any ambitious tech professional or anyone, I guess not even just tech focused, just people generally wanting to do more with their lives? Would you say Dubai is a place to be?
I would say that, yes.
Yeah.
I think Dubai has sort of a reputation for being glitz and glamour, but there is so much more underneath that.
Yeah.
There is a soul here.
Yeah.
There is a lot of people who want to actually, get more from life.
Yeah.
So I would say yes.
Yeah.
It's great for people who are ambitious in general.
100%. I think we feel this. So we've filmed another podcast here in Dubai, and just that conversation, nothing tech related. It was all about fitness and journey into healthier me. And it's just that conversation. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so inspired. And sometimes you need to get away from where you are to understand that there's more. And when you're around more like-minded individuals, all of a sudden everything starts to make sense. And you're like, oh, what about this? And we can bring that and put it together and we can create something new here. And I think I really like that about Dubai.
Absolutely. And we've definitely found it a lot easier to network here from a cyber women's perspective.
Yeah.
So I think there's so many more benefits, but I know we're going to delve deeper into that.
Yeah.
But it would be great to hear from you, Jenny, in terms of what it's been like to move. And not only move, you've moved from Nigeria to Dubai. So tell us about what that's like.
Yeah.
What's that look like for you?
It's been bittersweet. It's been really sweet, but it's also had its bitter moments. Cause like moving here wasn't okay, I'm ready. Like all the prep you need to do. I just like woke up and did it.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't any big decision. I don't think my family. I think pretty much my friends, family, everybody thought I was visiting, and then I just never.
They're probably still processing it. You're like 4 years in.
Yeah, I did. I mean, it was just visits because my friend had moved here for work and I visited, and there were so many things we had spoken about that we were doing the period I came here, because she's also my co-founder and we did a couple of things together. It was easier. We had gone for certain events. We had met certain people. The barrier to entry for certain opportunities seemed almost they're there, but it seemed compared to how much I would have had to work for certain opportunities, it was easier to just be in certain rooms by just being in Dubai. And I had thought about moving. I had like 2 different cities on my mind. There was London and then there was Dubai.
Oh,
and
interesting.
I visited Dubai to see and just never visited London to see. Then that's how I stayed here. It's been bitter because when you move abroad, regardless of where, Dubai, London, wherever in the world, as long as you're leaving your home, you're leaving the people it's been easier to just like step out and just like visit a friend who you've known for so many years. But now you can't do that. You need a flight to see that friend. It means that you have to build that type of friendship physically, because physical friendships are really important as much as virtual friendships, they're good. So that's the bitter side. But sometimes it's great because it's also very easy to meet people, because there's very, like you say, like-minded people.
Yeah.
You go outside, you meet people who moved here because they wanted more. They knew that there was more for them and they just thought Dubai would be that place. So there's already like a connecting ground.
Absolutely.
There's a part where you guys already connect. Oh, I want something different, outside of this. And good thing with communities like Women in Tech Dubai is you kind of find community with women from very different walks of life, people in different levels in life, people who have lived different lives. You see people who probably dabbled in entrepreneurship for a bit and then they're now in tech, or people who did tech and now they're founding their own stuff, or like it's different types of people you meet just being in Dubai. And I think it's been good. It's also exposed my mind to different things. I mean, you have to move because you can't. Coming to Dubai alone doesn't do the work. Like you have to move, you have to network, but also very intentionally, you can't just talk to everybody and take everybody's contact.
Absolutely.
That's a little too invasive. You kind of can't, like Pokemon cards. You can't just keep taking everything. That times you meet people and it's really just a human connection. Like you just talk.
Yeah.
You don't need to, can I get your number? Because sometimes it's not necessary. It's fine to just take in that moment.
Yeah.
If you see which mostly happens, Dubai is big, but it's also small. Because you end up seeing the same people in most events, or sometimes you see new people. Like in Women in Tech, we see like 50% new, 50% old every single time we have an event.
Yeah.
So it's good like that because you meet new people, but you also still see the familiar faces. And I've also met amazing people
On the way.
Maria, Yasmin, not here.
Yeah.
She says this.
It's really interesting because
And Naira.
Yeah, it's really interesting because we've spoken before about kind of people coming to Dubai and it being really lonely at first, and you know, it's we've actually likened it to dating, and it's like, oh, you've got to start again, and it's similar to that, where it's a small talk, and then you're building those very genuine organic connections. So I guess I'm really interested to know, at what point did you think we need Women in Tech Dubai? Because I know you guys built it a while ago, but at what point where were you in your career where you decided, okay, enough is enough, we now need to build something a bit more official?
Yeah, that's a great question. So this community was actually started by Yasmin and Ming, who actually just connected on LinkedIn, honestly, and they both felt a similar thing. They were the only woman at tech events, the only woman engineer at their companies. And so they decided to do a very casual board game cafe meetup. And I attended that. That's when I kind of met these 10 other wonderful women. And I just felt it was such an inspiring and refreshing setup, just to see other female software engineers, mobile developers, and so on. So I decided I wanted to continue to be a part of it, and we needed to grow it and make it something transformational is what I was looking for.
Yeah.
And just belonging, I think. A sense of belonging and a sense of connection is just so super important for generally for fulfillment in life.
Yeah,
or,
absolutely.
you know, that sense of like, I belong here and I can be myself. I can speak up. I can state my opinion without, you know, fear of being judged for who I am. So just we wanted to create that safe space for women, really. And over the years, something that I recently realized is that a lot of spaces feel like just exchanging LinkedIns or exchanging business cards, but that's not what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
We're not a transactional community.
Yeah.
We're trying to be transformational in the sense that a lot of our members have been coming to our events for years. We have also grown with them in their careers or, you know, things like public speaking or, you know, so we're seeing this long-term sense of belonging and long-term growth for our community members, and that's what we want to do, not like just like a momentary advantage for someone.
I love that.
Yeah, no, I think for me, when we came across yourselves, we instantly felt the connection. We're looking to get to the same goal, and that's effectively helping women in tech, helping women in cyber to not only stay in their careers, but also support women coming in and making them feel like they have that support. There are going to be people watching this that have never heard of Women in Tech or Cyber Sisters. How would you describe women in tech, I guess, in a way that a 10-year-old would understand it?
Wow, that's a great question. You want to take this one?
I could try. I think that a 10-year-old, what class are they? What do they know? Okay. So
They know everything these days.
yeah, they do. Honestly, yes. It's pretty much a space. I don't want to use community. It's just a space. They know spaces. You know, think about a space where you feel safe, where you feel included, where you feel like you can speak without people taking offense. You know, when you speak, people know, oh, that's a good point of view. It's not you have to
Agree
with my point. People free, like with the lightning talks that we do, it's like people just learning random tech, different tech. Like the last one we did, which was on emerging tech, when Naira had spoken about AI safety, we had another doctor who spoke about AI ethics. I spoke about Web3, blockchain. It's like, it's a space where you just learn. You also feel safe. So there's the physical learning. There's also like the mental, you're safe. You feel very included in things. You feel included in ideas. Not the first one, but like, one of the public speaking I did very early here in Dubai was with Women in Tech Dubai, the very first edition of Career Development Series. And it was just really nice to get, so like you feel like you're making an impact. It's very impact, it's very value driven. There's so much you just get out of just being in such a space.
Yeah.
I hope the 10-year-old understands what I'm saying.
I think 100%. I think it's the you touched on kind of the physical side of it, the psychological side of it.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that I'm getting from here is you're seen. You feel like you're seen, like regardless of, you've mentioned Dubai is very diverse. So regardless of your background, regardless of your kind of where you're from, you're part of this community. It's inclusive and you're all respected. Okay, so Maria, how would you describe Women in Tech Dubai and this community that you're building to a 10-year-old?
So I think I would tell her to imagine a playground at your school, for example. Who's playing there? Is everyone invited? Is everyone enjoying and having a good time? Who is running the games? And do other kids feel confident enough to be like, hey, can we try this game?
I love that.
And everyone's supportive of each other, of their ideas. No one's like, that's not a good game. We don't want to play with you, for example. So it's just kind of just like making sure everyone is included. Everyone feels confident enough to propose their ideas and speak up. And everyone feels supported. They feel like they belong.
I love that. Yeah.
Good. That's a really good analogy.
It is. And comfortable enough to allow people to try it. I love that part.
Right.
Because, you don't want to be in the playground. It's like you see someone playing a game, working in tech, and you want to join it. You want to try it. People have this assumption that tech is so difficult and you have to be a genius to do some of the roles that we do. And that's not the case at all. Just try it.
Right.
So I love that analogy. So I've been doing some digging and some research
Investigative Shayla.
into what it's like in terms of numbers and statistics in Dubai and women. So one of the stats that I found was that, actually, let me call out who found the stat. So Global Cybersecurity Forum poll found that over 90% of Middle Eastern women, undergraduates taking STEM courses, are considering getting a degree in cybersecurity. So I want to call out cybersecurity naturally because that's what we do. Why do you think that is? Why is it that over 90% of women, undergrads, are looking to get into cyber? Is that a hot topic in the UAE at the moment?
And is it true from your
Yes,
experience?
is it true?
That's a really great statistic. I love to hear that. Firstly, just generally what I find is that women are becoming more confident to join tech. And they're not sort of that psychological block of like, it's not for me, it's too complicated or
Too technical.
technical. I just feel like that block is slowly, I guess, dissipating.
Yeah.
And just generally, I find women very ambitious here. They want more, they want to do more. And there's a big focus on safety, I think, generally. I think because as women, we're just very hypervigilant regardless. At work, we're also thinking about like what threats are out there, for example. And that's kind of like what I think in regards to that.
I have a question which is a little bit off topic, but you mentioned that there's a lot of women who are quite ambitious. Does it ever get competitive?
Oh, I had the same question.
Really?
Yeah.
I was thinking Queen Bee syndrome.
Yeah.
I've never
Right.
felt that.
The Queen
though.
Bee syndrome.
I don't think so. I feel I felt the opposite. Every single time I've gone for any events or any conferences, I would mostly get the most help from a woman. Yeah, I've never felt it. Have you?
No, actually, I haven't. I think the thing is, yes, there are a lot of women who are quite inspiring and they are achieving and stuff like this. And maybe there could arise some sort of like competition. But in most cases, I just feel like we're inspiring each other. I think that's the kind of mindset we should be taking. And there's enough room for everyone.
Absolutely. And I think
More
that's
than
what we've enjoyed about being in Dubai. I think we both work in the UK where things are, I would say, a little bit more advanced in terms of communities, in terms of support. I think the UAE has fantastic communities, and I think you guys are doing some amazing things. But in the UK, there are so much more. And what I wanted to learn more about is the difference in culture and working, because I think for us, the numbers are still very low in terms of the number of women in our industry, in cyber specifically, and in tech generally.
And I feel like there's a lot of women leaving in the UK
Yes.
because of how insanely stressful the job has become. For no reason, I don't think. I mean, I get cybersecurity is a hot topic. Sometimes you will be working out of hours, but I think it has to do with a lot of poor management and leadership and the knock-on effect it has. But sorry, continue your point.
No, absolutely. I think that covers a lot of it. So I wanted to understand more about the culture. Like, what is it like actually coming? I guess you're both remote, so it's a little bit different. But what is it like for someone traveling from the US or the UK or anywhere in Europe to come live in Dubai and work in Dubai? What is that like? Because I think there are a lot of assumptions that are not actually reality about the way it is with men in the office or men and women in society. And for me personally, being here, I feel safe, I feel protected, and I feel like I can use my voice. So I do want to clear that up for the viewers and for myself. Like, what is it like working in Dubai?
As a woman.
As a woman, yes.
I feel like I'm not really in the best place to respond to this because I've not really had any office work experience in Dubai. And I mostly work with people who don't live here. So I can really say that. But maybe to speak into like going for like events or being part of other activities here, I don't think I'm sorry, but like maybe I'm just talking from a place of privilege, but like I've always just had like that luck personally to not have that type of experience.
And this is what we want to hear.
Stories. I've definitely heard stories. So this is not to say it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Right.
However, I'm saying like personally, I can't really speak to this because I've not experienced it.
So talk about your actual experiences. What is it like for you going to these events?
Oh, so I've gone for a couple of events, especially because I'm in the Web3 space. There are a lot of, I was having a conversation with my friend just before this podcast. I go for a lot of events, and with the blockchain space, there's a lot of events that's always happening in Dubai. The space is really thriving here. And every time I go for these events, I meet people, I talk about what I'm building or like what I was building or what I want to build, or like maybe there's this issue, there's this problem at work, but not exactly from a place of engineering, but like maybe from a place of, oh, what do you think about this thing in Web3 space? People are always very open to having conversations. So maybe my industry is like great. But yes,
That's your experience.
Yeah,
that's
but
very
like
valid.
it's been good. And well, I mostly meet men in my meetups, so
Yeah.
it's like not the best experience.
Well, I think things are changing as well in terms of that. because
Yes,
There are certain
100%.
tech events that I've attended, it's either all women or women in at least in a bigger number than it used to be. At one event, I literally talked to no men at all. I just singled out all the women and decided I want to talk to them.
I love that.
So
And the fact that you can do that, I mean, sometimes it's like through, and when we're in a conference, it's
There's a lot of intention behind that, though.
Yeah.
You have to
yeah,
intentionally do that.
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel generally that there is quite a lot of respect for women here.
Excellent.
So that is one aspect that's really
And what do
valuable.
you mean by respect? What do you see and experience to make you feel like that?
Let's say in terms of, I guess, our physical safety, for example, right? No one's ever encroaching on our personal space.
Yes.
Or things that could be said to us when we're out in public, right? A lot of women get comments about, I don't know, smile more.
Yes.
Or catcalling.
Or the cat calling,
Yeah.
stuff like inappropriate comments. These things don't really, sort of happen. I mean, I'm not going to say it's not going to happen at all or it doesn't happen, but for the most part, a majority sort of experience is that we feel pretty safe
Yeah.
physically as well as like psychologically.
Yeah, I think that's really important. And we were talking about it from a UK point of view and how unsafe it can feel. Not just obviously working in the industry, but also because we've had experiences working in the industry. And now I'm thinking you're walking down the street and no one will call you. I've had men in the industry say some crazy comments like, commenting on the way I look or commenting on I'm really good at my job because I charm people and those kinds of comments. And it's just like when I think about like you feel safe on the street, I'm not safe on the streets and I don't particularly often feel safe in the workplace when people say things that make me feel really uncomfortable. I think that's really important.
No, absolutely. And that's one of the things I love about Dubai. It is that safety aspect, both in the workplace and outside. That being said, I think in the UK, there are so many positive things too that are similar to things in Dubai. And it's the main thing are these communities and us being able to come together and network. The fact that we've come here our first time and we've been able to have a successful event, we've been able to meet you and, you know, have these important conversations about perhaps how we bring the two communities together. The fact that we're how many hours away? 6 hours away is more, isn't it? And we're still able to do this successfully, I think is huge.
Yeah.
So I absolutely love that.
I think people are very open to learning and to growth here.
Yes.
They're very proactive about that.
Well, I think it takes a special kind of person
I
to
do.
move from one country where they're comfortable and happy to move to Dubai. I think it takes a special kind of person. So
Yeah.
I think
and
it's
you
someone-
see that in the society. You
Yeah.
see it in when you're out and you're meeting and you're talking to people. So yeah.
I think it's also the person who, wherever they've come from, feels like that's not enough, so they want more. So I think it's those people who are like, I actually want more. I've outgrown this environment.
Yes.
And when they come to a certain place, naturally that place will flourish with very ambitious people. So I guess in terms to finish off and to kind of like round up, my question to both of you would be, there's people watching, there's women watching who want to try out coming to Dubai, or they want to, it might not even just be Dubai, they want to leave where they are right now and want to, I guess, embark on a journey that's bigger and better. What would be your piece of advice in terms of doing that and then thriving at it? Maria, you go first.
Let me.
I mean, she's in a way better position to answer this than I am. But I mean, for me, the biggest thing that when I kind of notice people, especially women who join, who come sort of move to Dubai, they tap into the community. They tap into people's advice, people's experiences. They learn from other people already. So for me, a community is still one of the biggest things to help you sort of really understand what it's like and to just learn and connect with people authentically.
Yeah, so find community would be one.
Yes.
Oh, can I just add to that as well? Curiosity. And for people watching, if someone wanted to apply for a job in Dubai, do you guys use the same sort of systems and tools and websites that we use, like LinkedIn? Or would you advise going on the websites? How do people go about applying for a job here?
There are
So many ways.
There are many ways, but I guess the fact is there's a lot of people applying to the same thing. Yes.
Competition.
There's a lot. And sometimes you will not stand out because there's just too many, right? One job post could have thousands of applications. So you kind of need
In hours.
Really?
Yeah.
so you kind of need to really focus on building connections.
Okay, so it's who you know.
I don't
Well,
like
you
to,
know, but you kind of need to move.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can, I guess, apply for jobs from your house, or like from a cafe.
You need to be
and whatnot.
visible.
But you need, visibility is so, I think that's like pretty much what it is for the world today that
It's
believe in.
true. It's true.
You kind of need to be visible. You kind of
Have a
need
personal
to come
brand.
out,
the branding.
and you need to, network is such a word everybody sees, but
Everyone
like,
says it.
yeah, but like, I think it means different things for a lot of people, but networking is very important, because I've gotten like 2 jobs just by networking, and they were so much better than I mostly like applying for jobs it's not really my strong suit.
Yeah.
I prefer to go out. I prefer to go to not just any outing, obviously. There are particular events, there are particular conferences that industry leaders and experts will be at. You need to go to these places. You need to know. So you may not be going there particularly to get a job, but sometimes speaking with these people helps you know what you should be applying, maybe what you should be applying during your applications, or what the industry is looking for. Because if you've been out of a job for like months, a lot has changed from the last time you were in a role.
True.
There's like right now there's a lot of companies that pretty maybe would optimize for somebody who knows how to use AI better for their jobs, or somebody who knows how to maybe just build POCs really fast. They're not really thinking much about like the sophistication of the language you're using or like your process or anything. So you need to know what people are looking for. If it's like developer relations, for example, a role like that, are you making videos? Like you can just pretty much look at what are the trending tools in the market today, make videos on it, talk about it. If you're going to a job because you want them to employ you to evangelize their products or their tools, it means that they need to see that you're so good already at what you do. So it means that you already should know how to sell tools as an engineer, 2 engineers. So if it depends on what you're looking for. If you're a software engineer, you kind of just need to find a way to be visible. So visibility is not just uploading things on LinkedIn. Just anything.
Face to face.
No, there's face to face, but also even if you're doing LinkedIn, you should be very strategic. I don't like the word strategic.
Intentional.
But yes, you have to be intentional. You have to be intentional about what you're putting out there. How are you selling yourself? Because we're all products.
Absolutely.
Yeah. In the industry, we're all products at the end of the day.
So what I'm getting from here, I guess, for our viewers is if you're interested in making the move and you want to kind of come to Dubai, or it might not be Dubai, it might be anywhere else, just come out here, meet people, see them face to face. And I guess it's coming out of that comfort zone of doing it behind a screen and doing it in person and building those genuine connections. And I guess not going in with the intention that I'm going to speak to Maria because she's going to give me a job, but I'm going to speak to Maria because we're going to have something in common and that's going to become something bigger. And, just being very, like you said, intentional about it, but not in a way that I'm going to go there and get something back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That could be as hard as a job. It might just be you've learned something new.
Right.
So I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, and I just think as humans, we don't like it if it's a transactional exchange.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
It has to be genuine, right?
Yeah.
It has
organic.
People can tell.
Of course.
Yeah, 100%.
People can tell.
Yeah. People can 100%.
You'll be shocked.
Yeah.
You'll feel it too. You'll naturally feel it.
I think the vibes are
Yeah,
off.
it will just be off.
Yeah. So
that brings us to the end. Firstly, thank you so much.
Can I add something though?
Go for it.
go on.
Yeah. So the audience for this podcast is mostly women, right?
Yes.
I would really say that women should move with more audacity. I think that that's something we really miss. Coming here, my friend Maria and I, we were waiting in line for the valet to come take our cars and waiting to we just saw men just driving and just park and just drop the key and just move. And we're like, why are we trying to be so
Nice?
Yeah. And then we just did the same thing. And I'm like people were just coming into our front. So that's a very realistic experience. But I'm saying we need to learn to move with audacity. Every tech needs your softness. Don't think, oh, I'm too soft. No, there's a skill that you can get out of that. Everybody has a unique advantage. I strongly believe that everybody has something within them that they can sell. You don't need to copy the next person. You need to find your unique selling point, USP. Sorry, I'm a founder, so I kind of think in processes and systems.
I love
but
it.
yeah, you need to find what is special about hiring Maria, who's a senior software engineer, over hiring Jennifer, who's also a senior software engineer. You need to know what sometimes the role may need more leadership, less than your technicality, and then you're just there always writing code, but you're not really owning or leading anything.
Absolutely.
So you need to also know what is required of you. Even if you're in a role currently and you're just frustrated, there's still ways that you can make the most of what you have.
Absolutely.
Don't ever make any experience you have small. Even if you did traditional banking for so many years and now you're trying to think about cybersecurity, for example, there are many ways within the banking space that you would have also thought about cybersecurity, but not exactly from a cybersecurity point of view. You need to know how to connect your experiences and don't ever think you're starting from scratch.
Yes.
Because you're not.
Yes.
No.
You're not ever. So
Yeah. So take up space, ladies, and
And
do not let
love
men
audacity.
push in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we had this conversation
We did.
this morning.
That's why I looked over at her because I was like, I'm tired of being too nice.
be kind, not nice.
Yeah, exactly. And and I was saying to Shayla, I am talking to you, Shayla, but I'm thinking about how you're feeling rather than how I'm feeling. And that's something that I want to think about myself. I don't put myself first as much as I should. And I think a lot of women can relate to this where, like you said, be kind, not nice, because being nice means you're doing it for others and being kind is part of who you are. And I think it's finding that balance. And I think it's a really important
Not to
conversation.
say go around talking people anyhow, but
No.
just be more, be
Assertive.
conscious. Yes, be very assertive. And as you speak about what you want, also just be conscious of, the environment, read
Yeah.
the room,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I think that comes with confidence.
Yes, it
with
does.
time,
Experience.
Experience of speaking up.
Absolutely. So on that note, be kind, not nice. Thank you for joining us on today's session with Cyber Sisters and Women in Tech Dubai.
Which we will tag so you can follow their communities.
Absolutely. Thank you again, and we'll see you guys soon.